was he saying? Always to fight each other, you do this in the car. Yeah. Just a chance.
We are just waiting to go on live for the Showtime streaming, so it'll be a few minutes. Search of glory. As they seek to achieve the ultimate prize in boxing, and that ultimate prize is winning by knockout. From experience, every time I have said, I let the knockout come, or just let it happen, or listen to my trainer, or listen to whoever, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, I want to knock this guy out. And that's what we're going to get. I have a great feeling on Saturday night, July 12th, in every single fight that we'll be televising live on Showtime pay-per-view. Canelo Lara, our main event, is a matchup for the ages. Is a matchup that doesn't come by every day. You will be watching the best 154-pound fighters in the world today in the same ring for the same prize, for honor and glory, to see who the best is. And who's going to win? The fight fans. And this is what it's all about. Ultimately, it's all about the fight fans delivering the best of the best. And I want to take this opportunity to first thank Canelo for giving the opportunity, for taking this fight, for deciding that he wants to fight the very best, for deciding to make sure that the fight fans are happy. And also I would like to thank Lara for accepting this challenge, for accepting the fact that this opportunity is an opportunity of a lifetime. Not only the main event, but the whole card will be one for the ages. We have a tremendous lineup. We have the much anticipated return of a great fighter in Abner Mares, going up against a hard-hitting, determined and hungry Jonathan Oquendo from Puerto Rico. When you match up Puerto Rico and Mexico, you know you're going to get excitement. You know you're going to get passion inside that ring. And that's what I believe we're going to see on Saturday night. I'm really excited about Juan Manuel Lopez returning back on the big stage. A fighter who has tremendous, tremendous power, explosiveness, but more importantly, determination to be back on top of that boxing world. He's facing a young, hungry fighter from Mexico, an Olympian from Mexico who is undefeated, who is determined to give it his all and fight for honor and glory for his country. The opening bout, Joan Perez versus Mauricio Herrera, which will be one for the ages. I believe I can guarantee that their fighting styles will collide on Saturday night. We have seen Herrera fight before. We have seen Johan Perez give us extremely great fights up in that ring, with heart, with passion, with determination. All these young fighters are going to put it all on the line on Saturday night. I want to first take this opportunity to let all the viewing audience, everyone who is watching now, Saturday night on pay-per-view, on Showtime, live from the MGM Grand the home of boxing. Thank you to AT&T. Thank you to O'Reilly Tools. Thank you to Corona. And at this moment, let me call up to the podium the chairman of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Call up to the podium to say a few words. It is the home of boxing. We have been watching the best fights for the last couple of years now. Let me introduce to you the Executive Vice President and General Manager of the home of boxing, Steven Espinoza. Steven.
Thank you, Oscar. This is the 4th boxing event at MGM Grand this year. And when you add in the 2 boxing events last year, that's 3 Mayweather fights, 2 Canelo fights, 1 Pacquiao fight. With that lineup, there's really no doubt that the biggest stars in boxing fight here at MGM Grand. You know, of those 6 boxing events, 5 of them have been Showtime events. We're very proud of our relationship with MGM Grand and with Golden Boy Promotions. It's been the exclusive promoter for all 5 of those events. And we're thrilled to be back here for another big boxing event. As Oscar said, over the last 2 years, Showtime has been the exclusive presenter of the biggest events in boxing. And Saturday night will be no different. It'll be exactly that, one of the biggest boxing events of the year, featuring one of the biggest and brightest young stars to come along in the sport in quite a while. Canelo Alvarez has already shown his popularity among the Hispanic audience, and now we're seeing his ability to cross over and attract a broad audience of all ethnicities across the country. A big part of Canelo's popularity stems from his desire to fight the best opponents every time he goes in the ring. And Erislandy Lara is exactly that, the very best challenger in the 154-pound division. It's rare that we get the consensus number 1 and number 2 opponents in any division to fight each other. But that's exactly what we have, and that's exactly what is drawing so much attention to this event. Add to that an undercard filled with intriguing storylines, potential for explosive action, and you get guaranteed excitement in the ring on this Saturday night. As an aside, one element we're very proud of on this card is the fact that this card is filled with boxers who are built on Showtime's platforms. This will be Canelo's 5th appearance on Showtime. For Erislandy Lara, that will be his 6th appearance. Abner Bades has appeared on Showtime 8 times. This will be his 9th. Juanma has been on Showtime 6 times. Francisco Vargas 4. Mauricio Herrera twice. We welcome all those fighters back to Showtime and welcome also the ones who will be fighting on our air for the first time. A couple of reminders, tomorrow's weigh-in will be streamed live on the Showtime website and will
Not only the stars of today, the stars of the future, but the stars in the making. We're excited to be showcasing John Carlos Sosa out of Puerto Rico with a record of 11-0 and 6 knockouts out of Caguas, Puerto Rico. He'll be fighting Luis Bello, who hails out of Michoacán, Mexico, in a 6-round welterweight fight. We're also showcasing Joandri Salinas out of Miami, Florida, with a record of 20-0 and 13 knockouts. He'll be facing the tough and up-and-comer in Enrique Quevedo of Los Angeles, California. That'll be a 10-round junior featherweight bout. I'm extremely excited about this next fighter that I'll be mentioning. He's a decorated amateur fighter hailing out of Donegal, Ireland, and he's making his professional debut under the Golden Boy Promotions banner. He'll be fighting a 4-rounder in the middleweight division. Let me just introduce to you Jason Quigley. Jason will be making his debut. There's a fighter you want to really watch his progression. He's a fighter who's explosive and who is fast and has the experience. So We are really proud to be promoting him under the Golden Boy banner. The first televised fight that will be shown on Showtime Extreme that the public can watch is a fight that is very, very exciting. On paper, it looks great. Live is going to be even better. You have a fighter by the name of Tomoki Kemeda, who is 29-0, 18 knockouts out of Tokyo, Japan. Now he's facing Bunglan Singai. Sorry if I mispronounced it. He has a record of 46-2 with 31 knockouts out of Bangkok, Thailand. And that'll be a 12-round WBO bantamweight world title. And that's one fight that we all want to tune in. That's the appetizer for the main course live on Showtime pay-per-view. One more fighter that we're really excited about promoting under the Golden Boy banner is 2012 Brazilian Olympic bronze medalist Yamaguchi Falcao with a record of 1-0. He's out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. He's going up against Jesus Cruz with a record of 1-1 with 1 knockout. He's out of Arecibo, Puerto Rico. That'll be a 6-rounder in the middleweight division. Yamaguchi is a fighter who is decorated with amateur titles and golden gloves and national titles, so with hard punching, slick fighter, with that determination of one day being great. So we're really excited to be showcasing and featuring on these undercards 2 middleweights that the fight fans should definitely follow. After the Showtime Extreme, we will be moving on to the pay-per-view televised portion of the event. Our first fight, I can say, will be a guaranteed barn burner. One of those fights that you definitely do not want to miss. You want to get there early at the arena, here at the MGM. And let me tell you one thing. Putting this card together, along with my matchmaker Eric Gomez and Robert Diaz, and Team Canelo and Team Lara, along with Abner and everybody involved here, I have to admit, I took out a page out of Dana White's book with stacking the cards from top to bottom, making sure that the fans, not only at home but inside the arena, are getting there early to watch exciting champions of tomorrow, the champions of present, of today, making sure that they get there early and watch these terrific, terrific fights. The first fight will be showcasing a fighter who has demonstrated perseverance and the will to win, the determination. He hails out of Riverside, California. He's a fierce junior welterweight contender. He's been a professional since 2007. He's coming off the fight of his life against Danny Garcia, a fight where most of the people were convinced that Mauricio Herrera won. It was a difficult fight, it was a tough fight, it was a great fight. But that's what Mauricio Herrera is all about, giving you guys great fights. He's 20-0, 24-7 knockouts out of Riverside, California. Mauricio El Maestro Herrera.
Hello everyone. Just want to say I'm real happy to be fighting a big card like this under Canelo. You know, I had had a big fight with Danny Garcia, and that's what got me here. People wanted to see me back, and they put me with another tough guy. Joanne Perez is not an easy fight, but we come well prepared, and we want to show everybody who Mauricio Herrera is, and what better than on a big card, Canelo, and all these great fighters here. They're going to put their life on the line tomorrow and to entertain you guys. And just want to say thank you. Thanks for everybody coming out. Thank Golden Boy for the opportunity. And we'll give you guys a great show. I hope everybody here does too. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much, Mauricio. He'll be fighting a fighter who, in the 140-pound division, has had wins against Pablo Cesar Cano in 2012. He is coming off wins beating the likes of Paul Spadafora, who was undefeated at the time, winning the WBA Junior World title. He's also a fighter who will fight the very best. He gave us a terrific, tremendous fight against Kamagai, who just fought Robert the Ghost Guerrero, and probably are a candidate for Fight of the Year, live from the StubHub Center in Los Angeles. This next fighter is a fighter who is determined, just like everybody here, is determined to give you guys a great show and put everything on the line for honor and glory. With a record of 19-1 with 13 knockouts, de Caracas, Venezuela, Johan El Terrible Perez.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Quiero dar las gracias a Golden Boy Promotion por hacerme parte de esta cartelera tan importante. Canelo Lara.
I want to thank Golden Boy Promotions for the opportunity.
Venimos preparados, venimos a hacer nuestro trabajo. Venimos bien preparados y bueno, dar un buen espectáculo para el público que es el que se lo merece. Y gracias.
I'm well prepared. I trained hard for this fight to give the public what they want to see, a great fight. Thank you.
The next fight is going to be, again, one of those fights that you don't want to miss, and you want to get there early, and you want to make sure you pay close attention, because in this fight, one punch can end it all. You have a young fighter who hails out of Mexico City, fighting in the fight of his life, on the big stage, against a fighter who is experienced, who has that one-punch knockout, who is determined, who is back with a vengeance. He's a member of the 2008 Mexican Olympic team. Like I said, he's from Mexico City. At just 29 years old, he's ready and willing to fight the very best. He's ranked number 2 in the WBO and is getting a shot and ready for a shot at the world title. He knows this is the opportunity of a lifetime. He knows he has to perform, but this is what he's all about, performing. With a record of 19-0 and 13 knockouts out of Mexico City, Mexico, Francisco Vargas. Francisco.
Buenas tardes a todos. Pues estoy muy contento por estar en esta cartelera con grandes peleadores.
Good afternoon, everybody. What can I say? I'm very happy to be here in this great card with all these great fighters.
Eso me motiva a dar una gran pelea, un gran espectáculo.
It motivates me to put on a good fight, a good show, and make everyone happy.
Hice una gran preparación en la Ciudad de México y pues estamos listos para brindarles una gran pelea.
I had a great training camp in Mexico City, and I'm prepared to give everybody a great fight.
Y estoy muy agradecido con Oscar, con Golden Boy y con Showtime por la oportunidad.
I want to thank Oscar, Golden Boy Promotions, Showtime for this great opportunity.
Y pues vamos a echarle muchas ganas y les voy a dar una gran pelea.
I'm going to give it my all and give you guys a great fight. Thank you.
Gracias, Francisco. He'll be facing a fighter who we all know for his knockout power, for his determination, for his pride, for his honor, representing Puerto Rico. When you have two fighters, one from Mexico, one from Puerto Rico, guaranteed fireworks. The tradition of those rivalries in boxing are bar none the best in any sport. We've witnessed it in boxing history, whether it's Rosario, whether it's Felix Trinidad, whether it's the best of the best, Hector Macho Camacho, Gomez, on one side, and then on another side you've had the likes of Julio Cesar Chavez, you've had the greats like Pepino Cuevas, Raton Macias, you've had the best of the best coming from Mexico, like Saul Canelo Alvarez now, writing his own history. When you put those fighters in that same ring, you're going to get a war, that's for sure. So this next fighter, hailing out of Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico, he's the former WBO featherweight and junior featherweight world champion, coming off a tremendous victory over Ponce de Leon. Let me introduce to you the Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico, Juan Manuel Lopez.
Muy buenas tardes a todos.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Primero que nada, hay que darle gracias a Dios por una vez más estar en un gran escenario como este.
I want to give thanks to God for being in this position in a big stage again.
A todos los medios de prensa, a Golden Boy, a Showtime, muchas gracias por la oportunidad.
All the press here, Golden Boy Promotions, Showtime, thank you for this opportunity.
La cuarta vez que vengo a Las Vegas a pelear, 3 ocasiones anteriores ganó las 3 por nocaut, esperamos pues seguir con el mismo récord.
This is the 4th time I come to Las Vegas to fight. The prior 3 times I won by knockout, and I hope to continue that.
Es una gran pelea, una gran oportunidad para mí, no la voy a desaprovechar, así que vengo a darle el todo por el todo.
This is a great opportunity for me, and I'm looking to take full advantage. So I'm going to give it my all.
Así que los exhorto a todos que vean la cartelera, va a ser un gran cartel y sobre todo que vean mi pelea, que voy a tener una gran victoria.
And I'm on a great card with all these great fighters, and I'm here to give you guys a great victory.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you very much. Now let me explain to you why this next fight, a lot of people are very excited about. I haven't seen so many people excited about this next fight. Dan Rafael is excited from ESPN. Rick Reno, boxing scene. Kevin Ioli from Yahoo. They're all excited. When they're excited, you know it's going to be a tremendous fight. That's why everybody should look forward to this next fight that I'm going to introduce to you. Another rivalry, Puerto Rico, Mexico. You have a young kid from Bayamón, Puerto Rico. He's won 10 of his last bouts and 7 by knockout. He's a hard puncher, a determined young man who is ready and knows that this big stage is his big opportunity. He's in great shape. He holds wins over Jose Luis Araiza, Iden Sonosa, and Alejandro Montiel. He's coming off a 12-round unanimous decision against top prospect Guillermo Avila. And now, he's here, ready for the biggest fight of his life. De Bayamón, Puerto Rico, with a record of 24-3 and 16 knockouts, Jonathan Oquendo.
Primero que nada, darle gracias a Dios
First of all, I want to thank God
por tenerme aquí. Gracias a la prensa, que sin ustedes no somos nadie.
Thank you for the press, all of you here. Without you guys, we wouldn't be anybody.
A Showtime por darme la oportunidad, a Golden Boy Promotion, junto a Puerto Rico de Boxing, mi compañía.
Showtime for giving me this opportunity. Golden Boy Promotions, PR Best Boxing, thank you.
Para no abundar mucho, vengo bien preparado a dar una buena pelea.
I won't say too many things, but I'm very well prepared to give everyone a good fight.
Sabemos la gran calidad de boxeador que es en el Mare y me preparé para él.
We know the great fighter that Abner Mares is, and I prepared for him.
Pienso que Puerto Rico y México dan grandes peleas. Esta no va a ser la última.
And we know that Puerto Rico versus Mexico always puts up good fights, and this won't be an exception.
Pues solo lo que queda es que llegue el día de la pelea para que vean a un Jonathan Oquendo engrandecido.
And all we're doing now is just waiting for the fight time, so you guys can see the best Jonathan Oquendo possible.
Que me preparé para darle el máximo, gracias a mi entrenador Denis Pantoja, que siempre ha estado ahí conmigo.
And I prepared very well to give my maximum effort, and I want to thank my trainer Danny Pantojas for getting the best out of me.
A mi manejador Orlando Piñero por confiar en mí y que sí podemos y
My manager
tendremos una
Orlando
gran
Piñero.
victoria. Gracias.
And thank you very much. Thank you. I'm ready.
The next young man, we know for his beautiful abilities inside the squared circle. We know that he's very talented, that he's determined, that he's a hard worker. He's a member of the 2004 Mexican Olympic team. He stopped Daniel Ponce de Leon in 9 rounds last May, winning the WBC featherweight crown. He's a previous owner of world championships at the bantamweight division and the super bantamweight division. Anxious to get back in the ring. When we presented this fight to him, he said, no problem. I just want to get inside the ring and fight and demonstrate that I'm back. His last fight was a year ago, and he's eager, and he's hungry, and he's determined to show the fight fans what he's all about. It is my pleasure to introduce to you a young man with a record of 26-1 and 14 knockouts, de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Abner Mares.
Muy buenas tardes a todos. Son 11 meses, Oscar, no un año.
Good afternoon, everybody. Oscar, it's been 11 months, not a year.
¿Qué les puedo decir? Estoy muy emocionado de estar de regreso. Como acabo de decir, son 11 meses que he estado ausente de este deporte que me ha dado todo. Estoy muy emocionado.
What can I say? I'm very excited to be back. It's been 11 months in a sport that I love, and it's given me everything.
Vengo con más ganas, con más hambre de seguir adelante. He sido 3 veces campeón mundial y voy por muchos más.
I'm very hungry. I'm very hungry to return, and I've been a 3-time world champion, and I want more. I want to be champion and more.
Tengo 28 años. Este es mi año. Me falta muchísimo más que dar. Esto va por México. Gracias a Oscar de la Hoya, a Showtime por ponerme en esta grande cartelera.
I'm only 28 years old and very determined, and I want to dedicate this fight to Mexico, and I want to thank Oscar, Golden Boy Promotions, Showtime.
Jonathan Oquendo, yo sé que viene con ganas, viene con hambre, es un muchacho joven, sabe que el ganarme a mí lo pondría en una posición muy alta, pero si él viene con hambre de una semana, yo vengo con hambre de todo un año.
And what can I say? Jonathan Oquendo's determined fighter. He's a young fighter. I know that he's coming very hungry. But, you know, if he's hungry for about a week, I've been hungry for 11 months, almost a year.
Gracias a todos, no se pierdan mi pelea. Abner Mares está de regreso y esto es por Jalisco. Gracias.
Thank you very much, and don't miss my fight. Abner has returned, and this is for Jalisco. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abner. And 11 months and 3 days. To be precise. 11 months and 3 days. I had to, I'm sorry. The main event. The main event is one that everybody should be excited about. Because we don't get these types of matchups every single day. We don't get these fights very often. The best fighting the best. At 154 pounds, you're seeing the number 1 and number 2 guy going at it. And we're going to determine, and they're going to determine who the very best is. You know, you think about the classic matchups in the history of boxing. You know, the best fighting the very best. Styles make fights. Well, both have distinctive styles. Both are highly decorated. Both have that fire in their eye, that determination. I know this because I was a fighter myself. I know that when Canelo says he doesn't look for the knockout, I know what he means. Every single fighter wants to get the knockout. Every single fighter wants to go in there and prove who the very best is. Lara has a style that is a pure boxer, but with a heart that he shows that he can stay in there and bang with the hardest punchers, like El Perro Angulo. He has that in him. You know, he's probably thinking, you know, I'm the better boxer. I'm the, you know, if the knockout comes, it comes. But deep down inside, we live for the knockout. That punch that just connects right on the chin. And you see your man down. There's nothing better than that. So every single fighter here on that stage, yes, they have a plan. Yes, they come out and tell you, you know, if the knockout comes, it comes. But in your heart, wow, in your heart, that fighter's thinking, I want to knock this guy out. And I'll do whatever it takes to do it. So that's why I'm excited about this main event and the whole card. Let me introduce to you Team Lara. At this moment, I would call up to the podium. He is Lara's co-manager, Luis de Cubas Jr. Luis.
How's everyone doing today? First, I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank all the media and all the fans for coming out. And I'd like to thank Mr. Bennett from the Las Vegas Commission, Mr. Stern from MGM, our advisor Al Heyman for making this happen, Golden Boy, Oscar, Eric, Robert, the whole crew, and Team Canelo for accepting the challenge to fight the best 154-pounder in the world. And we're excited, and you guys are going to see a great fight on Saturday night. And the American Dream, Erislandy Lara, is going to win this one. There's no question, to prove he's the best 154-pounder in the world. Thank you guys, and have a great day.
Also to the podium, his co-manager, Bob Santos, to the podium to say a few words. Bob.
First off, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I want to thank Golden Boy, Showtime, obviously Al Heyman. This wouldn't be possible without him. We had a tremendous camp. Canelo is a great fighter, but on Saturday night, Erislandy Lara is going to prove he's the best 154-pounder in the world, bar none. Thank you.
Also from Team Lara is a young man that we've known over the years, who has trained some of the very best fighters in the world. He is Ronnie Shields. Ronnie.
Ronnie's currently not here. He's with our other world champion, Rancis Barthélemy, fighting tonight on Fox Sports. And I think Ronnie said enough. He's got to say on All Access his opinion. So that's speaking for Ronnie. Thank you, guys.
So the young man that I'll be introducing to you next is a very confident fighter who graduated from the renowned Cuban amateur boxing program and migrated here to the U.S. in the pursuit of his professional career. He suffered a controversial decision loss to Paul Williams in 2011. Since then, he's been the likes of Ronald Hearns and Alfredo Angulo. He won the WBA Junior Middleweight World Championship, defeating Angulo. And recently, he's coming off a decision win against Austin Trout in December of 2013. He's obviously looking to steal the show. He's a confident young man, a fighter that believes in his abilities. He even said that he's gonna smack me across the head. I mean, that's how, wow, what great confidence, huh? I'm not gonna hit back, obviously. I'm retired for 5 years. But that's the confidence that he has. This is a real fight, folks. This is a real fight with two real fighters. And come Saturday night, you're not getting one fighter that is great, you know, and a fighter that is here just to lay down, or a fighter here to, yeah, thank you for the opportunity. No, he's here to win. And it doesn't get any better than this. That's why this fight here, Saturday, live, on Showtime pay-per-view, is going to be one for the ages. With a record of 19-1, 12 knockouts de Guantánamo, Cuba, Erislandy Lara.
Buenas tardes a todos.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Quiero darle las gracias a toda la gente de la prensa, a toda la gente de la cámara,
I want to thank everybody here, the press. Thank you for being here.
a Showtime, a MGM, a Golden Boy,
Showtime, MGM, Golden Boy,
a Team Lara, por esta oportunidad.
Team Lara for helping me get this opportunity.
Estamos ready, estamos ready. Ya creo que no hay más nada que hablar, ya todo se ha hablado.
We're ready. We're ready. I think there's nothing much more to say. I've said what I had to say.
Hoy quiero darle las gracias a los Charlos por estar aquí, que son compañeros de campo. Charlos.
Oh, I want to thank the Charlos that are here. They've helped me out, prepared me for this fight.
Y listo, nos vemos el 12 de julio.
And I'm ready. I'm ready. We'll see everybody on Saturday, July 12th.
Gracias a todos.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Lara. Next up, I'll be introducing to you Team Canelo. At this moment, let me take this opportunity de presentarles el manager de Canelo, y él es el gran José Chepo Reynoso.
Manager for Canelo.
¿Qué tal? Muy buenas tardes a todos ustedes.
How are you guys doing? Good afternoon, everyone.
Bueno, agradecerles a todos y cada uno de ustedes su asistencia a esta conferencia final para la gran función del próximo sábado 12 de julio.
I want to tell you guys that I appreciate all you attending this final press conference for this great fight Saturday, July 12th.
Bueno, y recordando una canción del enorme gran compositor mexicano que se llama José Alfredo Jiménez, que dice: se acabaron las palabras, ahora sí hay que hablar, pero hablar con los puños arriba del ring.
And I just want to repeat a poem from a great composer, Mexican composer, Jose Alfredo Jimenez, that says, the time for words is over. Now it's time to fight with our fist up in the ring.
Hey, campanero, suena la campana, que empiece la pelea, porque Canelo y su equipo está listo para ganar. Gracias.
Hey, bellman, ring that bell, because Canelo and Lara are ready to fight on Saturday night. Thank you.
The great Jose Chepo Reynoso. Also, at this moment, let me introduce to you, he is the trainer preparing him for this great fight on Saturday night. He's been doing a wonderful job, not only with Canelo, but a great stable of young fighters from Mexico that he's been moving for quite a few years now, and that is Eddie Reynoso. Eddie.
Buenas tardes a todos.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Pues como dice mi papá, pues ya no hay nada que decir, la verdad. Hicimos una gran preparación.
Like my dad says, there's really nothing more to say. We had a great preparation.
Tenemos un gran peleador.
We have a great fighter.
Con grandes cualidades que puede pelear en el terreno que sea.
With great qualities, that can fight pretty much any style.
Y él está listo para pelear el día 12 y demostrar que en las 154 libras él es el que manda.
And he's ready to fight on Saturday night, July 12th, and to prove that
Otra vez,
at 154,
gracias.
he's the main guy.
Otra vez gracias a todos y pues que Dios bendiga a todos los que están en la cartelera, que todos salgan con bien y va a ser una gran función. Gracias.
Once again, thank you all for being here, and God bless everybody participating. Thank you.
He's one of the most compelling fighters on the planet today. He's a former world champion, and he's just 23 years old. He's known for his exciting style and charismatic abilities. He's telling me that only 1 week away from 24, so everybody's correcting me today. I feel 10 days to be exact. He's been a professional since 2005. Canelo won the WBC junior middleweight title in 2011, and he successfully defended it 5 times, unifying the championship in 2013 with a victory over Austin Trout. He's back on track, having a tremendous fight against Alfredo Angulo, where he demonstrated boxing ability, where he demonstrated what it really takes to stay in there in the pocket and take the punches and give the punches. Demonstrated heart once again, heart and determination. He demonstrated what a fighter is really all about. He's giving the fans what they really want to see, and that's action. And that's why I believe, and it's no secret, that he is loved and respected by tons of people all over the world. There is a reason why Canelo Alvarez is Canelo Alvarez. There is a reason why there is Canelo Mania all around the world. So let me introduce to you the young man who hails out of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, with a record of 43-1 and 31 knockouts. That is Canelo Alvarez.
Bueno, primero que nada quiero agradecer a todos por estar aquí.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for being here.
Toda la gente que siempre está apoyándome, todos los medios.
All the supporters, all the press.
Pues ya ansioso, ¿no? De que sea 12 de julio. Estamos listos para esta pelea. Hicimos una gran preparación y la verdad que lo único que mi cuerpo pide es pelea y estoy listo para el sábado.
And I'm anxious. I'm very anxious for this fight. You know, we did a very good preparation, and the only thing that my body's asking for right now is to fight.
Agradecerles nuevamente y los espero el 12 de julio.
I appreciate everyone very much, and I'll see you guys on Saturday, July 12th.
There are literally just a few tickets left, but if you're not going to be in the arena, here at the MGM, watch it live on Showtime pay-per-view, and we will see you Saturday night. Thank you very much.